It was just a couple of weeks ago that Simmons College of Kentucky did something at a press conference that had a life-changing impact. I am so excited to be joined by one of the students of Simmons Generosity, Miss LaShondra. She is on here to talk about the gift that keeps on giving. Hey, LaShondra, thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know that you're new to Simmons College, and actually, I learned more about your testimony and how that gift impacted you because of a very heartwarming Facebook post. But real quick, tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been at Simmons, and what your major is.
Okay. Well, again, my name is LaShondra. I've been living in Louisville, Kentucky since I was 12, and I have 5 beautiful children. I'm married, and about a year and a half ago, I decided to go back to school. So I just completed my 3rd semester, and I'm looking to hopefully graduate another year and a half with my bachelor's in religious studies.
That is awesome. Congratulations to you. Talk about so far what the Simmons experience has been like for you. You're a non-traditional student. Why did you decide to choose Simmons, and talk about the experience so far?
Well, the main reason I chose Simmons was because of the cost. I wasn't for sure how I was going to pay for it, but I figured if I had to rob Peter to pay Paul, it was in that bracket where I could kind of do that, because I wasn't in a position to take out any more federal loans because I've overextended that because I didn't do well at the very beginning. So yeah. I knew in out of pocket. So that was one of the main reasons. The second reason why I chose Simmons is because I work 40 plus, well, now about 60 hours a week. And so wow. I knew get into my schedule. I knew that I could leave work for an hour or so, get to class, it's like a 10 or 15 minutes from here to, from my office to there. So that was another reason why I chose Simmons, because I knew that it was going to be flexible for me with everything that I have going on, working about 50 to 60 hours a week, part-time basketball coach. My wife has a business, so we have a lot going on. So it was just feasible. It just worked. It just seemed like it just fit right into what I was trying to do.
Wow. So even just thinking about this next scenario that I'm going to have you walk us through, I'm getting goosebumps, but talk about the moment you received a message from someone from Student Affairs that they wanted you to attend an event that we were having. Talk about that moment. And then there you are, the day of the press conference. We have some speakers there, the mayor's there, the president's there, other luminaries from the community are there, but nothing could take the center stage than from what you received when you opened that envelope. Talk about the moment.
Okay, well, the night before, I received a text message and I didn't know what it was about. I was like, well, I have time, so I guess I'm going down to Simmons. So, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm going down here to finish paying. I'm like, I can go, to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. I'll go pay my tuition while I'm here. I had a balance. So it's like, so while I'm there, I don't know what this press conference is about or what's going on, but I'll pay my balance while I'm there. So when I got there, I was like right on time. So I didn't have time to go in and take care of that. So I had to wait. So when I opened the envelope, of course, it was a surprise to me, a blessing. It was a blessing in my household, because in my household, I'm not the only one going to school. So we are still taking care of our family. So that was definitely a blessing. It was definitely money that I was able to keep in my pocket and spend on my babies, because I was getting ready to give it to Simmons that day. So it was a blessing, and it took a load off. Because not only was I able to, give something to my other children, but I was able to pay some bills off because the pandemic hit everybody in a different way. And so I was kind of holding on to this cash to pay off my tuition so that I could pretty much register. And it was a blessing that I didn't have to give it up. And you guys came right through on time. And I'll never forget that. I tell it to everybody. Everywhere I go, I tell it, because some people don't understand how important education is. I've been blessed to graduate from high school and end up in a job that pays me pretty good without that education. But the empowerment that I'm going to have once I get my degree is something that I can talk about on and on and on and on again. So it was definitely a blessing for me.